Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Selective Snails. I'm Anna,
Snaps. I'm Caitlin.
and today we have a very special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Vitoria, and it's a pleasure to be here.
We're going to jump right into it.
Yes.
What is your current book?
My current book is called Murder Your Employer by Rupert Holmes. I
Hmm.
just started it. I don't know how I got this. I don't remember how I got it. I think I just saw it on a table at Barnes& and Noble and it seemed interesting.
Uh-huh.
And I picked it up, but I know nothing about it.
Cool. And
Mhm.
Victoria, what is your current book?
My current book, which I conveniently have next to me, is Bernie Sanders' Our Revolution. I've been really enjoying it because what I try to do is I do one fiction and then one nonfiction. My last fiction one was a Girl with All the Gifts, which I really enjoyed. Highly
I read
recommend.
that.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes. So fun. It was a page
Yeah.
turner. I was
Yeah.
in. I was
Have you
locked
seen
in.
have you seen the movie?
I saw half of it and then my roommate was like, "My turn." I was like,
No.
"No." And yeah, so I still have to finish it, but I was locked into the movie too.
Really? Okay, I thought the movie was quite disappointing compared to the book. The book, just like it seemed so much what had created visually in my head was so much better than what I was seeing on screen.
You know what? Fair enough. Yeah, because I stopped at the there was a like this in the book it was a town, but like they switched it to a hospital, like the halfway point where
Hmm.
they stop at the hospital and
Yeah.
then yeah, like they're like looking at the like children's area and she's like picking out little books and she changes her clothes. So like in the
Hmm.
book that part was way more dramatic and heightened. And then in the movie, it was kind of like, yeah, we're at a hospital. We're gonna have some discussions about like
Hmm.
ethics. I was like,
Yeah.
no, what happened to the houses and the zombies downstairs? Like that's so scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I feel that. Yeah.
I really like the part in the book where I can't remember if this is the same book or not, but she goes into like a drugstore and it's vi
Yes.
like the tension of like her going through the
Yes.
aisles. Oh my God.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I remember that chapter. I was really like so scared for her. And
Yeah.
yeah, some stuff goes down at that store that I'm not so happy about. And it's very sad. And they did
Yeah.
keep that in the movie. I do remember that part.
Yeah.
It did
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No spoilers here. We'll try not
No
to spoil
spoilers. No spoilers.
anything.
Go read it,
Caitlin,
everybody.
have you read that book?
not yet. It's on my
The Girl
list
with All the
though.
Gifts? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the book was
You're
really
gonna have
good.
fun. You're gonna have a lot of fun. Oh no, I just want to say great book as well. And
Yeah.
also it's a great book because it's a good reminder of like at least so far what I've read, like Bernie started a little bit later in his life. Like he started getting interested in I mean, he was always like politics adjacent, but he was like kind of plucked and put into like kind of like a town hall meeting in Vermont. And they're like, yeah, we're just trying to like pick out who's going to be the next senator. Like, you seem pretty cool. And then he tried and failed and tried and failed. Like, so there's a
Uh-huh.
lot of lessons here about just like, sometimes when it's not your time, that doesn't mean you should quit. That means you just need to find like different routes to get to
Hmm.
maybe what's meant for you. So it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you have the same reading schedule as Gabby. We
Hmm.
our most what was that, episode 8,
Yeah.
I think?
Relationships.
Yeah, she has the
Yes.
same like fiction, nonfiction reading schedule as you.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I
I
need to,
I can't do nonfiction.
because I
Me
need to like
neither.
sometimes keep myself, I don't know, like this to me is uplifting, so I try to
Hmm.
pick my nonfiction. Either I'm learning something, like I really want to, oh my gosh, this one's like a massive book though, but I really want to try to one day read like the Oppenheimer like that the movie was based
Oh,
on that book.
Oh.
But
yeah.
it's so big, but it was in like like I tried to follow a reading list and it was at I think it was 2024 Berkeley's nonfiction list. It was like top number one or two. Like you must
Mm,
read this. So I'm
mm.
trying to like get myself ready for that, but I'm not ready for it.
Yeah. I'm also working my way up to bigger books as well.
Yeah. So I'm like,
Yeah.
too much. It's too big.
Yeah. But
Anna,
I'm also, huh?
what is
Yeah.
your current read?
Yeah. What's your current read?
Oh, do, 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 do. My current read is this very old antique Sherlock book.
Let's go.
It is a masterpiece, and I have no idea how old it is, but I got it in a like antique bookstore in Oregon, and I was like, I don't know how old this is, but it looks like it was written from like the original times. I haven't, it's like falling apart. Like the pages are so yellow and oh, it's just it's beautiful. But I've had this for like four, no, six years, and I haven't
Mm.
read the whole thing. Like I've kind of read a couple chapters throughout the years, but I never really got sucked into it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my current book is I'm gonna finish it. Yeah.
Have you guys, either of you guys, watched the Sherlock adaptations, like the Robert Downey Jr. one and then the Benedict Cumberbatch one?
I only seen the Benedict Cumberbatch one.
Okay,
I'm obsessed
Caitlin,
with
what
that.
were your thoughts?
I absolutely loved it.
Okay, I'm so
Yeah.
happy.
It's
Yeah.
it's amazing.
It's so good, right? It's so good. I
Yes.
remember when it was coming out. So I don't know where you guys watched it. It came out at Masterpiece Theater and PBS on Sundays at 8 p.m.
Mm.
Every Sunday at 8 p.m., I was like, nobody talk to me. Nobody call me. My phone is off. Like, I am not, I don't care what's happening. I am in
Yeah.
front of the TV. I'm watching Sherlock. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to ask, what are your favorite seasons of
Mm.
BBC Sherlock? Because I
Oh,
definitely have my
Oh,
order.
oh my
that's
God. This is
hard.
so hard. Yeah, I'm like struggling. I think for
Uh,
me, number one will always be Top because that was my kickoff fuel.
Hmm.
And it was just so good. Like I still to this day remember that. I think it was in the pink suitcase case where he
Yeah.
goes through the city and specifically the streets and he makes connections as he's going down the streets and
Yeah.
Watson is just following him. Like that scene blew my mind. So just for that scene alone, I have to go with season one
Okay.
as Top. But then
yeah.
the season with where they introduce Moriarty. Oh my God.
Hmm.
So good, so good, so good, so good, so good. So
Hmm.
that would definitely be the second one for me. And then the later seasons, once John, like we started introducing other people, it started getting a little bit, unravelly by the end. So
Hmm.
I think the later seasons I would definitely rank a little bit lower, but not too much. It was just like there was a lot going on.
Yeah, definitely. Caitlin, do you have a specific order?
I do. I think I'll go to season two,
Mm,
top, and then one, three, four.
mm,
Hmm.
mhm.
But two and one are
Really?
very close.
Wow. Okay. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
the outsider on this. So I love season four. So
Wow.
I
Okay.
love
Mm.
season four. Um, but just for nostalgia reasons, number one, season one, four, two, and then three.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is a little wonky. Euros.
Mm, mhm, mhm,
She makes it, I think she makes she's like Moriarty, but times 20. I think that's why I
mm,
like it.
Mm.
She's very, very convincing in her role. I was just like
mm.
so consumed by it. So next is what is your current obsession?
So my current obsession is my new Doc Marten boots. I recently got them, and so I'm excited to wear it. I'm saving it for London.
That's the
Hmm.
place.
Dark Academia, that's her thing.
Oh, I love. Do you listen to the playlists on YouTube?
I do.
I love them. I do. They do put me like a really good mood. I find those playlists are
Mhm,
like really useful. Like they're so either you can be uplifted, you can feel
mhm,
moody, you can feel cozy. Like they really do set the tone really well.
mhm,
Yeah. Okay, let me see. In terms of obsession for me, honestly, I'm gonna go with a place since I just moved here.
Hmm.
I'm kind of obsessed right now with downtown LA. I know it doesn't get the
mhm.
best rap, just like most downtowns of
Yeah.
cities. But like, today I was out, by the way, everybody, I am dog sitting right now. So that's context there. I'm dog sitting. So I was walking with little Rome, the dog that I'm dog sitting now. And there was like just randomly like this DJ set in the middle of the park and a bunch of people just having fun. And they were playing like jazz and R&B and everybody was just and it was all free and everybody was just like hanging out with their dogs and their family and I'm like that's fun. Like, and then also downtown LA the cool thing about it is like there's a lot of theaters around and the
Mm.
opera is here and the ballet it's all condensed. It's similar to like SF like in that area where
Yeah.
like yeah, City Hall is. So it's like
Yeah.
everything's there.
Yeah.
Similar here. So there's always something going on. Another thing I'm obsessed with downtown LA, but I'm gonna kind of group it together. The museums here, uh, not all, but most of the ones that I've looked into where I ask people, look, I would like to go to the Broad. They're like, great, it's free. So I'm like,
Mm.
why can't we do that, Bay Area?
Yeah.
Like we should instead of just once a
Mhm.
month, we should have free museums as well.
All the
Um,
time. Yeah.
all the time. Yes. Like, why not? Why just reserve your time, go there. If you want a special exhibit, fine. You have to pay like 20 or $25 to get into the special exhibit. But everything
Hmm.
else, like for example, the Broad here, over 300 paintings that I can have access to just walking in. That's crazy.
Have
Wow.
access to it. Sounds like you're gonna steal them.
Is that
I can
my
have access to
is that my
300 paintings.
disposal?
I'm like, I like that one for my room and that one
Yeah.
for my bathroom. And they're like, ma'am, you need to leave.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yes, that was a long-winded answer, but I'm just going with downtown LA.
How about you, Anna? What's your current obsession?
Ugh, my current obsession are I went shopping for LA. Hello, not LA. London, because I'm moving. That was just like in my head. I'm moving to London and I went shopping to get like new wardrobe, right? Like, because their fashion is very different from our fashion in America. Um, like I'm sure you've seen those like casual versus casual. Like America casual is like hoodie and sweatpants and Crocs, and then European casual is like a button-up shirt and like crisp makeup and like slick jeans or like very dressed up in comparison. So I had to get kind of more fancier things. But I got these barrel jeans. Eh, they're like an
Ooh,
army green color.
yeah.
And they are they fit me so incredibly well and they're very, very comfortable. I love them. So that's my current obsession.
Can you drop the store or the brand?
Oh my God, yeah, Gap. It's like
Gap.
We
they're
love
generic
Gap.
barrel jeans.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, Victoria, couple questions for you. First one is how do you know about this podcast? And how do you know us? What's your like relationship with us?
Okay, great. Okay, so I know Anna because we worked together on By the Seventh Day. It was a short film that we both filmed, that we were involved in the filming. I was an actress. She was the MUA slash everything, the everything tool for all of us, the uplifting queen. Let's see, helping out with props and fun little things that we did in the film that I don't want to spoil. Yeah, so that's how I met Anna. Caitlin, I just met today, but I told her earlier, I feel like I know a lot about her because I was listening to the podcast. So I was like, yeah, like she was talking about, I was specifically listening to the friendships one. Because I just love it when people talk about friendships. So yeah, I was like listening to it, be like, I understand, like I understand that. So I met her officially now, but I got to know her a little bit through the podcast already.
So you are an actor. And so we kind of wanted to get your insight into acting and your acting story. So, one of our questions is, how did you get started with acting?
I feel like everybody, and it's funny because I see all these, those like Hollywood Reporter interviews, and they're just like, how do you come into the business, kid? And then they're all
Hmm.
like, oh, usually it's like my mom works as an actress, and then
Yeah.
I wanted a
The
cool
Nepo babies.
career. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted a cool career, so I joined. That's not my case. Let's see. How did I get started with acting? It's a really hard question for me because I've always been involved in the arts somehow. I've always been, call it a theater kid. Like dance rehearsals,
Yeah.
yeah, dance recitals, like I was there, I think officially. So I joined ACT, like their summer program for teens, and I
What is
really liked it.
ACT?
ACT, it's American Conservatory Theater in San
Okay.
Francisco.
Hmm.
So it's like downtown. It's the American Conservatory Theater. It's pretty well known. But yeah, some people do training there, but it's not like an official. Is it official school? I think you can get like an MFA there. But I didn't do that. I did the teen summer program, and I loved it because it removed me from my school, because a lot of the kids that I did like theater things with, they weren't as serious as I was even at that age. Like I remember being like 13, 14, and I took it so seriously. Like I was like, I'm going to have my lines down by this date. I'm going to like, okay, my character knows how to use a unicycle. Okay, mom, we need to go get a unicycle. She's like, what? I'm like, she's like, this is not relevant to the play at all. You're never gonna have a unicycle on stage. I'm like, I don't care. I
Yeah.
need to have that perspective so that when they
Yeah.
ask me, I know what I'm referencing. So I was
Yeah.
always like very serious about it. But so then my mom realized that. She was like, okay, if you can do your summer jobs, which was basically babysitting, taking care of dogs,
Hmm.
if you can do that and save up enough money, I'll drive you to ACT on like Saturdays or Sundays. And it was a long class, it was like 4 hour class. And I'll basically park outside and you go upstairs, girl, and you learn. And I was like, deal. So then I worked really hard. And then in the summer, I bought the next summer. One summer I worked really hard to get into the class the next summer. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. So then I joined in school. And the first thing I went for, I think is because I was so serious about it, I like got the lead. I was one of those kids. I got the lead
Yeah.
role in my first try. And they're like, all
Wow.
the other kids were like, who is this? We don't like her at all. Yeah, yeah. Because
Yeah.
I was like so excited about it, but I was like genuinely happy. I was like, can't wait
Yeah.
to work with everybody here. And then they're like, no,
Yeah.
we hate you. We hate you.
Yeah.
So then that happened. And then from there, like I remember doing my first musical. I remember there was like a off-Broadway director that was friends with my teacher at the time.
Mm.
And he came to see me. And then that made things really awkward because he pulled me aside and like started talking to me about like, what are your plans? Do you want to pursue this? And all the kids were like, and I was like, this is making things so much harder for me. Please don't talk to me. And he's like, no, you need to think past this time. That's what it was. And I've been trying to talk myself out of it for years. And then finally, at the humble age of 30, I was like, you know what? Like, you got to double down, because if you've had this in you and it's been telling you all along,
Yeah.
just listen to it.
Hmm.
Yeah. You've
So,
got the talent for it.
oh, thanks,
Yeah.
Anna.
Yeah.
That's so
It's like your
sweet.
it's your natural thing. It's who you are.
I would say yes. It's very naturally who I am.
Yeah.
I remember my teacher cast me as popcorn in one of our
Uh-huh.
performances, and I played a popcorn. So I just popped around the stage. But I was
Oh my
like,
God.
am I a microwave popcorn? Am I like in the kettle? Like, what kind of, like, even as a kid, I was like,
Yeah.
what kind of popcorn am I?
The the
And then
whole
she just,
backstory.
I need yeah, like, how long have I been in the bag?
Oh my
Like, and
God.
she's just like, girl, just pop, just jump around. Like, I don't know.
So, moving on to our next question. So, as an actor, obviously you have to audition. And I was curious about how COVID influenced change in the audition process because you've been an actor for a long time. So I just wanted to know like your perspective on the shift of the audition process.
Great question. It's changed quite a bit. So I have a really interesting insight on it because I was actually doing my conservatorship for acting when COVID happened. So we were
Mm.
in person. So I did auditions. I probably shouldn't reveal this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So you're not supposed to when you're learning to do auditions, but I just thought, you know what, the pressure's off. Like I'm focusing so hard on learning how to do the craft that I
Hmm.
want to do that right now is when I can have fun in auditions because I don't need to get anything. I'm already acting every day um in class. And I did auditions pre-COVID. So I would come in for an audition in person. There was a lobby, there were people there. Sometimes it was a specific type of person. So imagine like you just walking in, you're like, these are like doubles of me. What in the heck?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
you're like,
hundreds of yourself.
I'm like, am I unique? Am I a person? Am I an individual? Yes, exactly. So you come in, and it's really funny because like some people in that environment, they really thrive with interacting with people. And then others,
Hmm.
and I put myself in this category, I really am honing in. That doesn't mean that I'm like not paying attention to you or not talking to you. I will interact, I will have fun, I will chat with you, but I'm not there to like tell you my life story and like really get into it. I'm like, let's grab a coffee later, because right now I have to really kind of hone in and
Yeah, focus.
I would go into these casting calls. Then you would go in front of like the director, a casting director, and sometimes a producer. They would ask you to slate. They'd ask you like a fun question, like, tell me the last time you ate ice cream. What was the flavor and what were your thoughts around it? Like, it's like
Hmm.
those kind of questions. So you answer that, and then you just do the audition, and you just hope that you have a good reader in person because some people can read like very like for example if you're having like a romantic scene and it's like I love you.
Oh no, like very monotone, no emotion behind it.
I will miss you
Oh.
forever. And you're like, me too, Jeremy. I'll miss you forever. You're like trying to, it's so hard sometimes. Yeah, so that was it. And it was really fun because I think that I do really well in rooms. I can Caitlin, I'm gonna use a quote from yours from the friendship podcast. You said I'm really good at reading people. I'm really good at reading people in those rooms. I don't know if like in general, but in the
Hmm.
room, I'm very good at reading the energy and what they want. So if they want, like, usually I would go for comedy because that's usually like kind of where I go naturally.
Yeah.
And I always was like able to really, I'll stick to the script, but then I'm also able to improvise really well as well. So I'm like, okay, let's go. And like, you'll feel the energy. Everybody's going back and forth. It's like a ping pong match. You're like, yes, I'm having so much fun. So I did that, I have a fun story, by the way, really quickly. I went to an audition. It was really good. It was for a dramatic part and it was like really serious. And I was like, you know what? I want this. Like I identify with this girl and I really want to be able to tell her story. And it was based on a true story. And the person that I was going to play was
Oh.
in the room.
Stop. Wait. Oh, oh my God.
Yes. Yes. So I was like, I did all my homework. I was like, please, please, like, again, try not to put so much pressure on myself, but at the same time, I was like, I really want this,
Yeah.
which, by the way, is a
Yeah.
pitfall. Don't want it so badly because you're not gonna get it. A little foreshadowing. So I walked into the room. And the director was there, and the director was like, "Let me just see what you've got." I'm like, "Great."
Hmm.
So then, the scene plays out where I'm next to my mom in a car. So I ask her like, "Is it okay if I'm sitting?" And I just want to like get the feeling that I am in a car with my mom and like we're having this conversation. She's like, "Yes, go ahead." So then I'm sitting, I do the scene. There's like a very important moment where something happens that she feels like kind of separated from her family and like that's an emotional point. So I worked on
Hmm.
that. I hit that point, not to the extent that I think she wanted me to, but she could see that I could, with work and with direction, I could get there. So then I
Hmm.
do that. And the person, by the way, is like looking at me playing her. And she goes, "That was great." And she looks at the director, and the director goes, "That was great." Like they're like, "Okay, good, good." So then the
Yeah.
director, this is when I knew I was going to lose the role. The director
Oh
goes,
no.
Oh
Director
no.
goes, "Wonderful. I love your take. But in this particular line, can you just cry for me?
Oh.
Oh, no,
I
not
can't cry on cue,
oh.
by the way. I can't. I tried to learn it, and honestly, I need to try a little harder, but I can't cry on
Hmm.
cue. I can cry. I've done it before, but it needs to be like
Hmm.
I need to know the circumstances. I really need
Mhm.
to know exactly what I'm saying and how I'm feeling and what it means to me as that person. So when she said that,
Yeah.
and I knew that I did as much work as I could, but I knew I hadn't done to the level of that work. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna get and actually it gave me a lot of like calm because I'm like, I'm not gonna get this. So just do the best you can. So I did. My
Hmm.
second go wasn't as good as the first because I think some of my energy kind of fizzled out. So that is an experience, by the way, that you will have an in person, and that was
Wow.
pre-COVID. Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are kind
Wow.
of like some of the experiences you would have. Now post COVID is a lot of like a lot of alone time. You're like in front of your
Hmm.
camera, you're doing everything virtually, including callbacks. So I do a lot of callbacks through Zoom.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I mean, to do this work, you have to like each other. You really do. You have to
Mhm.
get a good
Hmm.
energy. So we'll have a
Yeah.
conversation. If they like me and they like the energy, they'll be like, great. Like, yeah, I'll let you know in a couple of days. But everything now is done virtually, which is good
Wow.
for saving on gas. But I think in terms of energy, I don't know how I feel about it. I do like the in-person experience because it's like you get gems of stories like what I just shared with you guys. Um,
Yeah.
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 So that's a
Yeah.
bit
And
of the
like for
difference.
me as a director, like I I need that connection. Like if I'm going to be working with somebody for however long the
Mhm.
project is, I need to meet that person in person to connect with them and like feel their energy. 'Cause like
Mhm,
I'm not feeling any like human connection right now. Like it's not in person.
mhm,
It's just
Mhm.
different. And it has that extra layer behind it that like you can I feel like you can see through the movie if there's
Mhm.
that like built connection with your peers.
Yeah, so it's like very different depending on where you are in your career. Like I'm not
Yeah.
there. So I think it's a lot of just like trial and error, but once you get to a certain point, it's it's funny how small the world is. It's really small. I've learned that already. Like I've lived in LA uh, on and off for about 6 months, but like solidly 4 months now. And it's like
Hmm.
word travels around. You need to be careful about what you say, like if you say
Yeah.
about like a show that you think nobody's ever going to think about because you're like small time. And like that person that worked in that show is like walking past you. It's crazy. It's really small.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I've like b before coming into this industry. I mean I kind of started at at school, like very kind of building my own like film community. But I learned that that word travels so quickly. And like once I graduated out of school, I got projects so quickly because of how much of a joy I was to be on set or like how much energy like that you have. Like yes, I was completely exhausted and like I always strive to have the most positive energy on set and that people can see that. And like if
Mhm.
you are a pain in the ass to work with, no one is going to recommend you for future projects.
Mm-mm. Yeah. I've been very lucky in that way too, Anna. Like I've always been I remember even when I was working as a PA, because I wanted to
Hmm.
really rise up in the ranks. I tried. I literally was a PA for a year and a half because I thought like this is how
Oh,
first
wow.
in my mind I was like, oh yeah, of course. Like I go to acting school, then I start as a PA, and then I work my way up to eventually one day be in front of the camera. Like that's how what my mindset was. And then I got
Huh.
there. Yeah, I got there and like so many people were like you're a joy to be around. You remind me like why I wanted to be here in the first place because a lot of the people that I worked with were seasoned by this point. So they were like, yeah, I was like you when like, 25 plus years ago. And it's kind of funny, like even to this day, like when I go up to crew, because I love hanging out with crew still, and I tell them about my PA stories, like a new level of like camaraderie happens where they're just like, "Oh, you know exactly what I've been through." I'm like, "Yeah, I know what you've been through. Like, let me help you out." And I'm always that person on set, but I do remember from my PA days, like I was a little bit of like a, like what is it, Hannah helper. I like helped everybody, and everybody's like,
Mhm.
Victoria, you can't touch that. Like legally, you can't touch that stuff. you know. So now I'm a little bit more like, okay, can I help you with that? Versus let me help
Yeah.
you. yeah.
Yeah. Starting from the PA position, which is the least paid, the lowest position you could possibly have on a set, and like working your way up. Um, it's very the industry is so strange. Like everyone says that that's the way that you have to do it in order to be an AC, you have to be a PA first. In order to be a
Mhm.
director, you have to be a PA first. In order to be this, you have to be a PA first. And I do agree that you should have at least some sort of PA experience, but if you continue to do a certain job, people are gonna know you for that position. And like they won't know if you want to go up in the
Mhm.
ladder. So
Mhm.
like that's my thing is like, yes, I'm doing this job, but I'm those moments when you're not rolling, when you're having a lunch break, when you're having coffee break, you tell them like, "Oh yeah, I'm an aspiring director or I'm an aspiring script supervisor or hair and makeup person or whatever." That those conversations are so that's what this is about.
A
Is like
hundred percent.
you're making things
Connections.
together while making connections for future projects so you can achieve your goals.
110%. And you know, the funny thing about that too is when I was a PA, I was a really good PA, which actually
Hmm.
backfired. Um,
Oh, I can see
Oh.
yes,
that.
yes, it did
Yeah.
because so I got really lucky. I got my first PA gig was during the pandemic. It was for these small snippets that they were filming for SF Ballet. So the patrons were all at home, but they were still paying the membership. So they're like, what if we do little mini like dance recitals for them so that they can watch on demand? So that at least if they're paying and like helping SF Ballet go, keep going through the pandemic, you get access to like some of the beautiful art that these dancers are creating and these choreographers are creating.
Hmm.
So that was my first PA gig, and I worked with the crew that was mostly from LA, which was another blessing too because I got like thrown into it. I'm like, this is like the industry. I didn't even do like
Yeah.
SF to then work to LA. I just got thrown into the LA crew. And I have to say,
Wow.
like, yeah, they kept me on for the second one because the woman that was the producer really liked me and was like, "You're really reliable. You catch on to things quickly. Like, you have tape wherever we need it. You have Sharpie. Like, I had a belt. I'd be like, anybody need a Sharpie? Like, I was that
Yeah.
kind of
I
level.
have
Yeah."
that too.
Yes, yes. I
Yeah.
had everything. Like I did similar to what I all the preparation I did for the podcast today. Like I had everything written down. I was like, this is what PAs must have. So I like went to Walgreens. I bought everything. I bought a belt. Like I was ready. She's like, you're so
Hmm.
prepared. She's like, if you ever go to LA, please let me know. And I was like, great. Like, I'm like, this is my chance. Like, she's going to like me. And then she's going to see a script. And then maybe I'll be like, oh, I'm doing, and I did mention to her, I was like, I'm doing an acting while acting, doing an acting conservatorship, by the way, which is insanity. Like, how did I do all these things?
Yeah.
Yeah, like telling her like basically I can do it all. I can do it all. And then at the end of the project, she's like, if you're ever in LA to be a PA. And I was like, dang it, I'm never gonna move on. And a year and a half in, I had that realization. I was like, everybody can see that I have other gifts, but they don't want that
Yeah.
because it's so
Mhm.
hard to find a good PA at times that they just want to keep me here. And man, even a year after I quit, about half of the year toward a year later, I still kept getting people calling me, being like, "Are you still PAing?" Because that's what I was known for. So it's
Yeah.
you need to also know when it's time to like, okay, this isn't serving me. I kind of need to like
Mhm.
double down and either take up like maybe something that doesn't pay but is free and I can showcase my skills or like work with my friends. Like it gets to a point where you're like, wow, I'm using a lot of my energy and it's not getting me anywhere.
Yeah. You're just stuck in that position. I had a very, very similar experience because I any position that I have on set, I put all of me into that. So I'm a great PA.
Yeah.
So I had this I was working this Hulu job, comedy special, and it was like that was my first real like, oh my God, this is a Hulu comedy special. I need to be like 30,000 steps a day, like running around. Like I need to fulfill every single thing. And I was the lead key set PA. So I was like the manager of the PAs or like their go-to person. Um, but apparently that's not what they do. I was basically like the talent's security and like ushering from the hotel to the theater. And like managing the family and like all that. Um, but yeah, it was a lot, and I because I did such a great job with that position, it was only like a 3-day thing. But because I did such a good job for that, I'm still getting calls from the company that hired me. I'm like, hey, can you come and PA for this position? I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that, but like I'm leaving in a couple months. Yeah, it's just they only know you for that position. And you just like at some point you have to either like decline or
Hmm.
you're just gonna be continued to be stuck.
Caitlin,
It's a
have you
lot.
ever had any onset experiences?
Um, Not really. The only unset experience was when I was helping out with Studio Blue, which was Anna's and I's university's film set,
Uh-huh.
like film studio, like school.
Production class.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
I
Yeah.
helped
Did you like it?
Anna. I liked it. I
Okay,
was
good.
I so it was really funny because while Anna was doing that, because no Anna, like, so nobody really worked as hard as Anna did with that film class. And so I helped her out a lot. And it was so funny because I was doing chemistry then, but the film people still asked me like, oh, like what film classes are you taking? And I'm like, I'm not. I'm in chemistry. And they're like, but how do you know this? I'm like, because I researched and by being on set a lot.
Yeah. The way that Caitlin's been more on set than the people that I was working with.
That is so funny. That's so
Yeah. I
lovely.
know Caitlin did a fantastic job helping me. But I actually think that Caitlin's talents lie in pre-production.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like
Pre-production's fun.
writing.
Oh,
Writing. Caitlin is a very talented writer, and and I want her to be an author. So, like that's all I want her to be is an author or a screenwriter. Um, but she's like I don't know, denial.
she's in denial still.
Caitlin, you have the next question.
Yes. Many actors have like a routine they do before they go on set, etc. Do you have a special routine, like a fun routine they do before an audition?
Ooh, okay. Yeah, before an audition, what I always try to do is I always try to drink warm tea at least an hour before because it helps me with my vocal cords since I use my voice quite a lot for my job, and auditions and things like that. It's just my voice is my one of my instruments. And then
Hmm.
I have a couple of like just like I've worked with a vocal coach just because my voice really needed it. So I have a couple of like saved exercises that I do. It's a lot to do with my voice actually. It's funny. Another thing that I learned through my acting training is like we always do a moment before because in life like you're coming and going from one place to another. So even though a scene, for example, starts at the cafe, like how was that person's morning? What happened before they went to the
Mm.
cafe? What was their mindset before? Did something bad happen? Were they late? Was traffic horrible? Like all these things affect how you go into a conversation. So I always try to like think of my moment before, really feel it, and then kind of lock it in my brain and then like put it to the side, greet everybody, say hi, 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 listen to the instructions really clearly, and then like unlock that moment before and then go into the audition. Yeah, I still get nervous. But now like with age, it's more of like, this is what I can do. If it works for them, great. If it doesn't, I'm just gonna leave a good impression. I'm gonna get to do the thing that I love, which is acting. So that's how I treat
Hmm.
auditions now. I get a chance to act versus being like, I need to get this.
Coming from the, I guess, hiring side is like they have casting directors and directors have such a specific vision for that character. And like you're going through like, I don't know, 700 people and
Mhm.
like you're gonna know when that person arrives.
Yeah, you're gonna know 100%.
And like you could be that person or you could be one of the 699 people that don't have that thing that they're looking for.
110%. But one thing that I have learned from my recent advanced LA like intensive, because I did one specifically on auditioning, and my teacher was like, you know what? Just leave your take. Leave like a really good impression. Like analyze the script, do the work you know to do, and then just leave them with a really good impression of you because that is what matters. Because next time
Yeah.
around, when they need someone like you, they're going to call you again. They're going to say,
Mhm.
hey, and the likelihood of them booking you is going to be really high because they already kind of know what they're working with from the last time. So if you just come in
Hmm.
and kind of do a good work, I mean, at least a callback, you're more likely to get.
Yeah. That's the
Mhm.
one thing that I don't really like about this industry is it's so unknown. Like it's
Yeah.
all up in the air. Like the amount of connections and networking that you're doing for a chance, for a slight chance to get the opportunity to get something is like so slim. And so you're like, what do I do? Like in my day, like this is my career. Like how do I make money? Like that's the issue.
Mhm.
If I can say like my 2 cents on that, I think you
Yeah.
now looking back at 30, you need to pick something that you genuinely enjoy. Like, for example, ever since I was a kid, I knew that I liked to work with kids because I have, as an actress, very imaginative, uh, you know, thoughts. And I like kids because
Yeah.
you tell them you're a dragon. The kids don't go like, no, I'm not. They go, yeah, I am a dragon and I breathe fire at 2 p.m. every day, like they just go
Yeah.
with it. And then also with animals, like I love animals. So like always honing in on that on your day to day on something that fills up your cup and is going to pay your bills rather than something that's going to weigh it down because you are going to feel that.
Hmm.
And then when you have to
Mhm.
go and do auditions, when your 9 to 5 is done, it's going to affect how you approach things even if you get the best training in the world, because mentally you're going to be like, oh
Yeah.
my god, today sucked so bad, and then you're going to be like playing a girl that's like, I love my life, I just won the lottery.
If you had a shitty day and as you as a person, that shitty day is gonna read through subtly. And like if you have to be a
Mhm.
bubbly person, that's gonna it could be like completely sarcastic as like reading through. But maybe that's what they're looking for. Who knows?
Who
It
knows?
actually can work toward your favor. I don't have them off the top of my head, but I have like prominent actors that have had a bad day coming into an audition. Then they get there and the character is also having a bad day and they knock it out of the park. And they're
Hmm.
like, like my car got towed and then I stepped in a puddle. I had a all white suit and now I had a stain on it. And I walk into the room and they're like, go. And I go, this day sucked. And I was like so authentic and I booked it.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
happens a lot,
It
actually.
it could work. Yeah, I mean
It's
because that's the aura that like that they're looking for. It's like because
Mhm.
most I watched this one interview with Chris Pratt and he was talking about his one of his interviews or auditions that he was going for. And the director said that it it his acting made him feel like he was at an audition. So like the thing that people are looking for is to make them feel immersed and not feel like it's part of an audition. Like you are in the movie. And so that like real life shit, it's like I stepped in a puddle. Like that's real. And that energy goes through the interview and like makes it doesn't feel like an audition anymore. That's my 2 cents anyway, but
I agree with you. You know, as a director, I'm happy that you've honed into this because it's true. It's like I think, I mean, in like acting, speaking talk, we always say, you know, come in authentically. Just be
Mhm.
authentic. Basically, like we just want to be in the moment. That's always what we say, like in the
Yeah.
moment. Be in the moment, be present, work with your scene partner and just show what that person's life is at that moment. And that's exactly what you're speaking to. Like you don't have to know anything. And you watch two auditions and you will feel something gravitate towards the person who has had that day, if that's the character, because you'll just be like, yeah, I know that person. I literally met them on the bus like yesterday.
Yeah.
And then that is like the deciding factor. They go, you know what? That's the person. You guys, do I have a story about this? I actually, it's funny. It's funny. When I say this, people think that I'm just like joking or trying to show off. I really am not. It's just like the coolest story that I have thus far in my career. So I got this randomly, right? Because there was this like casting director that I auditioned for, um, as for an extra. I wasn't able to book at that time because they were full in the roster. But
Hmm.
then, like a couple months later, he's like, "Hey, I remember you're really reliable, and I think you'd fit really well into this movie. It's a period piece, though." I'm like, "A period piece? Okay, well, I've never done anything with period, and I don't have an accent." He's like, "No, don't worry, you're gonna be an extra, like girl." You're not gonna have any lines. You're good. We just need you to like look the part. And I'm like, okay, where is it gonna be shot at? And he goes, UC Berkeley campus. I'm like, okay, cool.
Oh.
Anything else that I can know about it? He's like, I mean, yeah, honestly, you know what? Come in for the COVID test because we were still doing that, so I had to go
Mm.
for the COVID test. Come in. Uh, you know, it's at in Oakland. Once everything is clear, I'll let you know a little bit more about it, and then you decide if you want to do it or not. I'm like, okay, great, did it. I was all clear, and then he calls me back literally the same day, and he's like, hey, so it's for a Christopher Nolan film, and I'm like. You think I'm gonna like say no to this? What are you talking about? I'm like, where do you need me to go
Oh
and
my
what time?
gosh. Yeah, I will fly across the country.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, I can drive there like now. Let's go.
Yeah.
So then I went for this fitting and there was like a line of girls and oh my God, everybody looked like they were like Keira Knightley's sister. I'm like, I am not that type at all. But I'm like, okay, fine. Like I'll have fun with this, you know, for as long as they keep me. I was like, eventually they're gonna pluck me. I'll be like, yeah, nah, you girl, you don't fit. So then we went and like I made friends with this girl in line. And then they booked out like this hotel lobby for like the costume department, the makeup department to try stuff. By the way, they weren't even filming yet. This was like 2 weeks before filming. They were just trying
Mhm.
looks.
Yeah.
And like I have a friend in front of me in line. She goes in. She has this beautiful long hair, and she gets there, and the lady goes, "Can I cut your hair shoulder length?" And she had just taken headshots. And I looked at her. I was like, "Is this worth it?" Because you're let's be honest, we're gonna be like little blimps in the film. Like you're not even gonna see you. And then the
And you
lady
could
was
be
like,
cut.
she's like, no, it's worth it. The lady goes, I'll pay you $200 extra. Which by the way, headshots are pretty pricey. They're around
Mm.
400 to 500 to
Oh,
upper thousand 1,500 depending on what you want to get. So it's like it's not going to pay her back these headshots at all. But she's
yeah.
like it's worth it. I get to put this in my resume. So then yeah, so then she cut her hair and I was dead last
Oh
in
my
line. I was
gosh.
so nice to everybody. I let everybody go in. I was like the mama bear because everybody else was so young. I was like taking care of all these girls. I was like it's okay girls, it's okay. And then I like was dead last and then they had like one rack of like two outfits, and they gave me like the literally the epitome of the nerdy girl back in like the 19, what is it, 19, it was during World War II, so that would be what would it be again, 19.
1940-ish.
So they gave me the epitome of like the nerdy girl back then. So I
Mhm.
had like kind of like this frumpy little skirt, and it was like tucked in but not very nicely. And I literally, they had spectacles. They weren't glasses, they were spectacles, everybody.
Oh.
And they were like, should we do it? And I kind of wanted it. Like, I was kind of like, if we're gonna do it, like, let's commit. Let's go full
Yeah.
spectacle girl. Like, I want to be that. They decided against it, but they gave me like, very nerdy, college girl look for that time.
Mhm.
Then I show up on set, everything's great. Like, they corral us into this little ballroom area. I'm like talking to people. Imagine walking in, by the way, to like this um like 1900s decade type of ballroom, and all the people there, even though it's like what, 2021, all the people there, or 2022, are dressed in like 1940s outfits. It was like a blast from the
Time
past,
travel.
like walking
Yeah.
in. Yeah, I was like, and it was so funny because it changed how the girls and guys would like talk to each other.
Oh my
I
God.
was like,
Wait, yeah.
yes,
That's
yes,
why costume is so important, and like
so
that's why
important.
actors don't fully get into character until they put on the costume, until
I'm
they're
like
like
that.
fully in it. Yeah.
I'm like that. You know that from from our film. Like, when I
Yeah.
got that fringe jacket, I was
Yeah.
like shimmying everywhere. I was like, I would like move like this because I'm proud of my jacket. Like, it
Yeah.
just changed everything about me. And yeah, it's true. Like, I walked into that ballroom, and like, yeah, by the way, these are like Gen Z kids. I was like one of the oldest people there. And
Mhm.
they were just like, the guys were like, "Oh, let me hold that door for you." I was like, this is crazy. Like, what is going on? Yeah. So cool, that experience. But
Yeah.
anyways, fast forward here. I did a couple of like walks along because they like filmed outside. It was mostly like landscape shots of like Cillian Murphy walking through campus. And you'll see this in the film if you watched it. Like, there's scenes where he's like walking to and fro like a building. And like, yeah, so we were like, some people got a really close up, including this girl, by the way, who's very monumental to my story. So she's actually in the film. She's walking with him. He's like telling all of them like his theories, and they're like students like walking around with him, being like, "Yes, yes, professor, yes, professor," all that stuff.
Mhm.
And I was like one of the kids like walking in the lamppost, like basically a speck back here, looking like I'm
Yeah.
going to class. But we liven up the atmosphere to make
Yeah.
it look real. Anyway, so this girl was not only beautiful but very, very kind. And I like was, I was there. I was like vibing with everybody, talking to her. We were like chatting about books, like music, things like that. Anyways, so then she was on camera quite a lot. And eventually the people that were in charge, the producers and cinematographer, I guess, they were
Mhm.
like, "You've been on camera too much with Killian. You need to like, can you go find someone else to like be on camera, because you've done a lot of shots, and like when we cut it together, you can't be in every single shot that he's in. Like, they're gonna think you're
Yeah.
like an extra character or something." So then she goes, and we're all lined up at this point, and she goes to the back of the line where I'm talking to like somebody else, and I'm like at the dead end of this line, and there's so many extras, and she like plucks me and says, "You have to go to the front," and doesn't give me like, she just goes, "They need you in the front." And I come to the front, and this guy just get, I guess the prop guy, he's like, "Okay, here's your physics book. You're going to be sitting under here with these two girls." Gives one of the girls like a peanut butter jelly sandwich, and another girl gives her like another thing. I forgot what it was, like, I guess another book as well. And she goes, "Okay, so Professor Oppenheimer, Killian, he's going to walk right here. And I want you guys to just greet him and say, 'Hello, Professor.'" And this happened so fast. They put me down like by
Oh.
this like tree, and they're just like, "You're going to have a picnic with your girlfriends, and he's going to walk by. Just say hi to him and
Oh
go."
my.
And I'm like, and then the IMAX camera, huge, very noisy, and very huge. And it's on this track, and it's just zooming in towards my face. And I'm just like, you could tell my
Oh.
face. I'm like,
Don't look at the camera. Don't look at the camera. Don't look at the camera.
Not even that. It's more like I
Oh my God.
can't, I'm like, where am I? Like I'm a little bit
Yeah.
having an outer body experience. And then he walks up and he's like, and I look up and he told me to specifically look to him because I guess my profile was going to be in it somehow. And I just went, "Hello, Professor Oppenheimer." And he's just like, "Oh, hi, yes." And I was just like, "That's
Oh,
Killian Murphy, girl.
oh
What the
my,
hell?"
oh my God.
So then, guys, this is where it gets really stressful. Ready? I have literal nightmares of this moment. So I do this, and obviously I'm a deer in the headlights. And they
Mhm.
go, and Christopher Nolan is watching this, and he goes, "Cut, cut, cut." Comes to the tree, looks at me, and he goes like, "Okay, just act natural." And like he's talking to me, and I'm like, he's directing me right now. Oh my God, Christopher Nolan is directing me right now in my
Oh
mind, in
my
my mind.
God.
And in my voice, I'm like completely calm. I'm like, okay, so you want me to just tone it down? Yeah, just tone it down. He's just a natural day, He's a little bit of a celebrity on campus. So if you want to like look toward the girls and say like, oh my God, like that was him, feel free to do that. But other than that, just like this is a normal day for you. I'm like in my head going, this is not a normal day. This is not. And yeah, and then they like roll it and we did it another time and he's like, "Cut, we got it. Like, let's move on." And I'm
Oh,
just like, what the hell
oh
just happened?
my
I know.
God.
And then I watched the movie and the scene got cut.
Oh no.
By the way, Christopher Nolan, he's a very much a stickler for what he shoots.
Uh-huh.
So if he cut that scene, I probably was not doing so good because I probably was
It's
like,
because of you.
I swear, I
Oh my
because here's
God.
the thing. In the first take, y'all, I heard him when he was saying cut. He was like slightly chuckling, and I was like, "Oh no, I made him laugh." Oh, and I still
That's
to
a
this day
good
hear that
thing,
chuckle.
Victoria.
I hear
That's a
that
good thing.
chuckle before I go to. Like sometimes when you're about to go to sleep and you have a memory and you go, "That's my memory. It's Christopher Nolan chuckling at me." And I just like wake up. I'm like, "What time is it? Where am I? Am I in the 1940s?"
That's my dream to have, Victoria. You don't understand. It's your nightmare.
Oh, no, you want it? Oh, here. Like, let's do like a, Harry Potter style-esque,
Oh
like
my God.
into the
Oh
Yeah.
my
Pensieve
God.
exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you
Oh
Oh.
my
were
God.
when you were talking about like saying Cillian Murphy, I was just thinking of that interview with Tom Holland, and I think it was Jimmy Fallon, and Tom Holland just going, "Oh my God, it's Robert Downey Jr."
Yeah. Oh my God. It's Robert Downey Jr. Oh my
But
God.
That
instead of
was, yeah.
Robert Downey Jr., oh my God, it's Cillian Murphy.
And I have to say another thing. I remember leaving that set and I called my friend at the time we were doing the acting training together. At this time we had already finished, but I was very new when I got this opportunity still. And I just remember calling her and going, "Oh, I get it now. I get what people mean where you have to work your way up. Like you have to work up to that. Because it's very rare, I think, that people can just like feel comfortable and natural in that level of like I've watched this film. I remember when I watched Inception and it broke my brain. Like that was
Mhm.
all that I kept thinking about. I was like, this man, like I've seen his films. He's successful. Why am I here? Like I
Yeah.
just felt so weird. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I definitely learned that early on like, oh, you really have to like earn your way up even mentally to just like be okay with being around, But then the cool thing about it too is like then you realize they're just people,
Mhm.
so that was also a good
Yeah.
takeaway for me to learn. Like they do cool things, but it's because they collaborate at a really high level with a lot of money. Like if we had that level of access, we could also create very cool things and operate at that
Yeah.
level of money. So it's all about like also humanizing those people. And it did. Although I do have to say Killian Murphy, if one day you watch this podcast, he's not gonna watch it. You have the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen in my life. And I was mesmerized. I really was. I was like, oh my goodness, his eyes are gorgeous. And I was like, I was
Victoria,
like,
oh, Caitlin and I had a previous podcast episode. I don't know if I cut this out or not. I don't remember. But I was obsessing over um Peaky Blinders and Peaky fucking Blinders and how
like you fucking
they,
blind us.
the intro scene where Killian is riding the horse, and like I just went off about it for like 10 minutes. So this is like,
I
oh
can
my God.
confirm real life confirmation right now. His eyes are absolutely magnetic. I get why. Yeah. Like even in real life, I was like, it's
Wow.
hard to focus on anything else because his eyes pull you in. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, like some people just have that. And you know what the good thing is that he's just really nice.
Mm.
Like when everybody, again, I only have a couple of moments with him, but he was like really nice, really kind.
Yeah.
He could tell that we were nervous, came over and like made a little
Mm.
quick joke about the peanut butter and jelly
Aw.
sandwich. Like, are you enjoying
Oh.
it? You know, just to make us like really calm. Because,
I would have been like, uh-huh. Yeah.
yeah. Do you want some, sir? Mr. Peaky? I mean, Gillian. Like, it's just like start
The prop
calling
guy's
him
like,
like
don't eat
don't
it.
do it. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was just really nice to see that. That
Yeah.
he also was just really kind and honestly, like, yeah, some people on set were some of the crew were very like stoic, but he wasn't one of
Mhm.
those people. He was like very, very giving of his time, especially in a very small moment that he could have totally like, blown off and been
Mm.
like, whatever, like these are
Yeah.
extras. But no, he like had the thinking behind and the generosity to come over and like make us calm because we were all freaking out, you
Yeah.
know.
Mhm.
And
We
that's
were
those are
all
the moments that I was talking about. Like that's something that like extras will remember forever. And like
I
he may
will
not
never
remember it
forget it.
forever. Yeah, exactly. Like it's memorable those moments. Wow,
So that's
what
my
a
story.
great
Wow.
Wow.
story.
Wow,
What
you
a
guys
great
got the
story.
got the scoop. It was one of the
Yeah.
experiences where like, yes, I still sometimes hear his chuckle, but I've like retold I've like deluded myself into thinking that, he really liked it, even though I
Yeah.
don't think it was that kind of chuckle.
Oh wow. That was incredible. I was like
Yeah,
completely immersed in that the whole
me
time.
too.
I
You
could just
guys,
like
that was
see
crazy.
it.
You
Wow.
can? Okay, maybe I should
Mhm.
do a short film about that. Watch, that's the
Yeah.
story that like gets me somewhere. They're
Oh
like,
my
you're the
God.
Christopher Nolan freak out girl. Yes.
What you said near the end kind of connects to this next question.
Mm.
What advice do you have for anyone who wants to join the film industry, like aspiring actors, actresses?
So I would say the first thing is, okay, when you have the acting bug in you, listen to that voice. Like if I had listened to it earlier, I don't know where I would be, but I for sure would be somewhere interesting. I'm still somewhere interesting now, but I wish I had just like been a little bit more, you know what? I'm going to take a chance and just trust that I'm a I'm a chill person. I think I'm a cool person to work with. I'm creative. I'm there to help someone tell their story. And I'm going to do that. Look around you, see what people are creating, reach out to them, and just say, hey, like, I would love to make something with you. You want to grab coffee and just chat and talk about it? And just start that way. Stop trying to go up and reach up when you're going to grow linearly. So just find your people, and then those people are going to grow and then they're going to be like, hey, I liked working with you. And then you guys just start working together and you just start slow. And it's more fun that way, by the way, too. In terms of like more product, I guess, like, step one, step two, step three, I'd say the first thing, it doesn't matter what, just get into some sort of training. It's okay to do training. It's okay. A reel is a collection of clips of you actually acting on camera. Think about like what kind of shows you would see yourself in terms of like the landscape of the place. Like for example, a show that I would 100% fit into, actually two, Glee
We
and
talked about this. Yeah, we talked
Glee
about this.
and Broad City. Broad City would be another one that I would kill in because those girls, like I definitely be one of the coworkers that's just like in the corner doing some weird stuff,
Mhm.
Like I could fit into those roles. So like pay attention to that. Keep a little bit of like on your notes app, like just like I would fit really into the world of Severance. Okay, great. Then when you're doing reels, pick like maybe a scene where you can kind of look like you're in an office and it's serious or it's a little bit,
Yeah.
futuristic. So that's how you're going to get a reel so that you can start then going for submissions. If you are someone that likes to write, like I love to write, I love to make YouTube videos. Please go out there and do that. It's going to feed your creative soul. Like when you don't get those auditions, that's what's going to give you the energy to keep going because you're going to go, you know
Yeah.
what? I didn't do that. But that cookie idea that I had of doing a burpee every single time Bella Swan breathes weird, that fed me.
Yeah. You're so right.
Don't wait for someone to be like, you got the part, kid. Ah,
Yeah. Like
give
be
yourself
ready
the
that you're gonna
part.
be rejected.
Yes.
Yeah. And actually
Seriously.
one of the best quotes that I heard in this industry is that and it changed my life, I swear to God. Um, rejection is just redirection.
Redirection.
That's
Hmm.
it. Like every no is just an opportunity
Hmm.
for
100%.
another path.
Hmm.
Changed my life. I was like, "Oh, I shouldn't take this so seriously because it's not personal."
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
Oh, you know what, Anna? I'm gonna tack that on too. Don't take it personally. You don't like until recently, I've actually met with casting directors that cast here,
Hmm.
and they were like, sometimes we give parts because that guy looks like someone's nephew. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's just not personal. You can be like the
Yeah.
best person and you don't know
Hmm.
what's happening behind the scenes. So, all you can do is focus on what you can control. So, just focus
Hmm.
on that. Be the best version of you in that character that you can be. And then that's it. That's all you can control.
Now that we've kind of come to the end of our session, we have our checkout question, which is what out of the snail girly values will you focus on this week?
I
Okay.
swear,
Victoria,
Anna, if you
do you
choose
have
my, I swear, Anna, if you
I
choose my,
I feel like we're all gonna have well, I have two that I could do,
I
but I
too
have
as
one,
well.
I swear to God, Caitlin.
I too as
Okay.
well.
Victoria, do you want to go first or do you need time to think about it?
No, no. I am just pulling it up because I want to get it correctly.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. My snail girly value of the week is to prioritize, practice self care, and nurture your inner garden. I need to
Mm.
take better care of my body because, yep, I just need to stretch more and I need to. There's a gym here and I have not been going to it and I need to go.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you need to
Mhm.
focus on prioritizing you.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yes. Caitlin,
Yes.
what's yours?
So I had two. My first one is leave a meaningful mark on the road,
Hmm.
no matter how small.
Hmm.
It's like I feel as if it summarizes this episode. Like, no matter how small, we've been talking about acting a lot. Like, no matter how small your role is, it will still leave an impact to someone, somewhere.
Like Killian
And
Murphy.
yeah, like Christopher Nolan, his chuckle.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And my other one is take things slow and steady.
Mm,
Hmm.
You don't have to rush. Like, there's not a certain age where you had to be successful, where you had to be like this, like empress, emperor. Just go your own pace.
Let the jobs come to you
Hmm.
mm,
in a
mhm.
way, metaphorically.
You you
Um,
are the magnet.
you are the magnet, yeah. Yes. So mine for this week, one of them was leave a meaningful mark on the world because that's that's all about what I want to do is like is do that. Like no matter what film I'm making or who I'm directing, it's going to impact something.
Hmm.
And that was like my second one, but my number one is trust your intuition.
Mm.
Trusting your intuition in this industry is huge. Like you need to know when to accept and when to decline jobs.
Hmm.
And that for me, from personal experience, that has had a huge impact on my kind of insight to this is like it's okay to ask questions about the job. Like, yeah, sometimes they're gonna be like if it's a big project like Oppenheimer, like they're gonna be like, oh yeah, we can't tell you anything about it. But like, you know, like it trust your intuition in those moments.
Hmm.
Like, is this okay? Is this safe for me to do? Will this benefit me? Will it benefit other people? Like, those are the kind of questions. So, number one for me is trusting your intuition.
I love that.
Yeah.
Ditto. I agree.
Thank you.
Oh, well, I just want to first thank you, Anna, and also Caitlin for having me here. I had such a blast. I said yes so quickly because I was like, this is going to be so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just, it's lovely. It's lovely to talk to you guys.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for
Thank
watching or
you.
listening. And thank you, Victoria, for being our wonderful special guest for this
Yes.
week. And we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.